We're back, chat. We're back.
Ooh, it's been a day.
Thank you to Hunter who lent us our laptop for going in and fixing her camera stuff.
Yep. So we've got Ian at the top here in a Django mirror. We're gonna find out what game they're in. We're not sure yet, but we got someone on the spot.
Okay, it looks like is that 7 damage on Ian's base, 3 damage on the other one.
So they're in game 2. Find out who won the other. Oh, Ian's down a game.
Okay.
The other player.
Oh, do we?
Travis
Okay,
back.
there we go. Okay, so is that Django and Crafty Smuggler? It looks like for Travis, and then Django and the P38 for Ian, and it looks like they're on. It looks like Ian's on 6, Travis is on 5.
Yeah.
Resources, that is.
Someone's in the tank. I don't know whose action it is. They are thinking.
And it looks like now 12 damage on. Oh, it looks like they're resourcing. That's what it is. Okay. So Travis going up to 6 resources, so we're even there.
Okay, so I think the initiative token is on Travis's side.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, if they're using that token there.
So I'm not an expert on the Django mirror, but I do know 6 resources is when TDR into Devastator is online.
Yeah, and it's
looking
only
at this
4
board.
more to kill the opposing Django. Like, if you can clear the other Django, that's a pretty obvious advantage. Because otherwise you're doing this back and forth, where you're just tapping each other's units, the entire boards. And in that case, you don't want to be the first to do it. Because if you look at this board, if the Ian now sneak attacks or TDRs, he can tap the entire board, and
Yeah.
his opponent's tank goes away end of turn.
Yep. So yeah, what happened there was just sneak attack into War Juggernaut. And that War Juggernaut is now 7 attack, right?
Just 4 damage units. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's a
it
Gorilla
can.
Insurgent, I think. Not a Crafty, as I had said.
So here it is. So now if Ian TDRs into a tapper, that War Juggernaut just dies end of turn from the sneak attack and
Yeah.
doesn't get to swing. Into a
And Devastator.
Devastator. This is the playbook. I mean, this is how you win the mirror. Be the second to play your multi-tapper, clear your opponent's Django leader, and just tap their board every turn.
Yep. And Ian's almost got lethal this turn. He's gonna be able to put
Yeah.
in what's that, 12 damage? And there's already 11.
Yeah, it's one away. I don't remember. I think he needed to tap everything with the Devastator, but if he didn't need to, it might have been correct to put one more on base.
I
But
think he needed all the damage. He didn't tap the Juggernaut, but he needed to kill Django and exhaust the Juggernaut.
it might not matter.
Yep,
Yep.
it looks like it didn't. All right,
All
so
right.
we're going into game 3.
Sorry for putting the Django mirror on the stream and crashing it. Hopefully we'll get the Kira match after this.
That's our recompense. Django's still dominating. Yeah. So there are 13 undefeated. 6 of them are Django's.
You can see Ian playing with his Beatle playmat that he won. think coming in third or fourth in our 6K.
All right. Uh, looks like we've got one match in from the top tables. Mike Jem defeated Jordan Flegelman.
Our
Uh,
hero.
yeah, Jordan lent us our camera, so he's still in it, but a bit sad to see him lose. Mike Jem picking it up. Not sure who that is. Bobby Sapphire nowhere to be found in the undefeateds.
All right, so the opening turns are important just to not get not fall underwater too much here, not fall too behind on damage on base. If they come into their flip turns relatively even, then they're going to be back playing that game again of not wanting to be the first to play their multi-tap. A mulligan.
Okay. What are you looking for in the mulligans in this matchup?
I think it's kind of what I was saying. You want to make sure your first turns are smooth and you're not falling behind too much. Because if you have a lot of damage on your base, that's another way you win this mirror is just having your opponent in check, having your opponent in the position where they have to continuously exhaust your board. Because the only way to do that is to take initiative. Uh, so it can put a lot of pressure on them and get to the point where they just don't have it and they lose. So that
All
early
right.
damage matters a lot.
Ooh, this camera quality. Okay, it was really crisp for a second, but then it got a bit pixel. Oh,
Well,
it's starting to improve.
people are dropping. There's not going to be as many people in the venue tomorrow. Might be a lot better tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Players are resource and Travis gonna open us up with No Good to Be
Playing it.
Dead.
No good to me dead into the ground arena.
Good.
Oh, Ian.
Oh, what's that
Yeah.
card that he played? I'm not recognizing it
And
offhand.
Ian did not have a first turn play.
What's
That can
the
happen.
what's the play for Travis?
Oh, that's a land speeder. It's a 2/3 ambush.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, the
All right, so
ATR
not
collar.
yeah, not everyone plays that, but Ian likes it a lot. He thinks the stats on this really put a lot of pressure and it's hard to get rid of. And he thinks it's difficult for his opponents to time when they kill it and how to and like a good way to deal with it. But he's wrong.
Ooh,
It-
that's massive. The EMP there to kill the holler and steal it back. Does bring the target town out of Travis, but that's definitely worth it, I think.
that was brutal. Really good option from Travis to have that available. Now, Ian does play Waylay. Both of these Django players have Waylay in their main deck. Not everyone does, but they
Yeah.
both do.
All right, going into 4 resources. Ian with nothing on the board finds a TDR. Let's see if we can change things up. Ooh, Juggernaut. That'll do it.
It is interesting with the hauler. When you kill it, it comes right back again.
Okay. Did he just attack with the land speeder? Because it should only exhaust the one the AT
Yeah,
hauler.
that's right. I think Ian's gonna tell him. Let's see. Did he attack?
Looks like he didn't. He played the No Good to Me Dead. So
I'll let them know.
yeah, it's up to the judges here if they're gonna rewind. It's not impossible to imagine that they play on here because you don't have to attack with the land speeder. All right. Looks like Ian's got initiative again with nothing on the board. He's got another TDR though. He's staying in it.
Wow.
I'm probably
I'm
looking for a
interested.
Ruthless Raider at this point. Ooh,
I'm interested to
is
see if
that
he takes out the hauler
is
to get it back.
is that Radiant 7 that I
No,
just
that's an
saw?
IG. That's an IG 2000.
Oh, IG 2000. I don't know all the.
I know.
um,
I just did Beatle coverage and I was confused all day. That is the only reason I know that ship. And so he's gonna get to tap back. So this is what we were talking about. So Ian does have his own Tarkin Town for the hauler, even after this tap. That's an option that he has.
yep. And yep, Target Town. You on hauler.
Yeah, he's just saying, all right, come at me. I'm not gonna use my act. Try and stop you with these two.
That
He
is going to
does.
be a pretty big hit there from the Juggernaut,
Yeah.
bringing Ian to 11. It looks like, or no, 7.
Yeah, and this will be 9, unless he decides to exhaust the Django.
3, 6,
Oh,
5. Okay,
11.
no, it's 11. Okay, I thought the Juggernaut was bigger than that.
Okay, yeah, they fixed it.
All right. So Travis is getting out a lot of units, but the board state is starting to um switch back closer to Ian's side.
So both the IG 2000 and the Juggernaut are TDR vehicles, so they're both going to go back to hand. That's going to leave Ian with a favorable board position, but he's got a lot of damage on his base, and that was another mirror breaker. Get that early damage, and then you can just kill him in one hit with the Devastator.
Yeah, Ian still has done no damage to Travis's base.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be in for sure.
Let's see. And Travis still hasn't flipped his Django. He could do that this turn.
He
And
almost claimed.
yeah. So that's gonna bring Ian to 17 damage. That is really high.
Yeah, in game 3, that's a tough spot.
We do know that Ian has the Juggernaut in hand from an earlier TDR, unless you resource it, of course.
He also has the IG, so he can tap both of these, but that's going to use so many resources that he won't be able to tap back after he plays a sneaker TDR from Travis.
All
We'll
right,
see.
there's the IG.
Don't know if Ian is on No Good to Me Dad in his deck right now. I don't see it. It's in the sideboard, so it depends on whether he brought it in or not.
Do you usually bring it in these mirrors?
I don't. I personally don't hate having a 2 resource answer to like a TDR Devastator, for example, save you 9
Yeah.
damage and win the game.
Ooh, sneak attack
Yeah.
for IG. All right. If Ian's got 2 resources left, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. So he does have the No Good to Me Dead.
There it is, just to save himself a little bit. So now Travis is considering claiming in this type of position so that he can once again drop his board juggernaut and tap Ian's board.
Yeah,
I
not
think
a
that's what I would
bad move.
expect here. Yeah, but if he makes a play, that it's a little bit risky.
Ooh. Gorilla Insurgent coming out. Let's see. 1 damage going onto the AT Hauler. 1 going onto the IG 2000. There's no way you put it on base, right?
No way.
Looks like the 3rd one going onto the AT Hauler as well. And then I think Ian claims.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has a Juggernaut still, so he could come down and tap the board. But at some point, he's got to start doing offense because he's done no damage and he's taking 17.
These games can come down to tap their whole board every turn, and then suddenly you have so much on the table that after a tap and your opponent doesn't have the tap, you just kill them.
Yeah.
But that requires a lot of sequencing without dying.
Yeah. And Ian's Django is now within range of getting devastated.
Yeah.
Because that's another way
And
that you can break the cycle is to kill the opposing Django.
yeah, as soon as one opponent's Django goes down, the floodgates are open.
All right.
So he's gonna choose to defeat the exhausted one instead of the damaged unit.
Did he resource his War Juggernaut? Because I feel like that would be a better play if he had it. Unless he's trying to keep resources open for something.
I don't remember Ian having a War Juggernaut. I know Travis still had one in hand from an earlier
He did. He
TDR.
TDR'd it very early. And there's Travis's.
I believe Ian has an extra damage on his hauler.
Yeah, he's got 4 on it.
It was supposed to go 2 to 3.
No, he had an extra 1 on there. It was just using a really small token.
Oh, it was a tiny one. Got it.
Yep. So 4 on Hauler, 3 on the IG 2000, 4 on Django. And it looks
Yeah,
like
so
2 on Travis's Django and 1 on the Insurgent.
they're playing
Just
that
Juggernaut.
dance. Every turn, tap everything.
Juggernaut is 8 power right now. That's enough to win the game if Ian doesn't have a top. He's got Sneak. Sneak Juggernaut. All right.
But because he's on the back foot and in check, it forces him to be the first to deploy his tapper.
Yep.
And then he's right back in the same position again. After too many cycles of this, his leader's going to be dead.
Ooh, he's going to put 1 on the Juggernaut itself. So this Juggernaut is now plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 10 attack Juggernaut.
I mean, you can have turns where your opponent doesn't have it, where they don't have a board tapper. Let's see though. No, yeah.
Of
Oh
course he
yeah,
doesn't.
that's not a board tapper. That's not a board tapper.
It's a Juggernaut tapper though.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring Ian up to 19. If he lets this attack get off, he's going to lose this turn because it's going to die
Yeah.
from sneak attack.
Right. He'll either attack the IG-2000 into it, or he'll have like a P-38 or something like that to get
Yeah.
the tap off. But even then, he's in check. Is he in check now to his opponent just claiming and killing him with the Juggernaut? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Pretty
5,
much, yeah.
6, 9, 18, 19. Yeah, so it kind of has him dead here, to be honest. With only 3 resources, I don't know a way out of this.
He's got to have a no good to be dead for the opposing Juggernaut. That's about it.
Yeah, he could attack this, and then so he'd be at 19, 21. So he's not quite dead to one of the other attackers in that case.
All right, he's better have it. Travis just took initiative.
6 remaining. A surprise strike his leader into it, but then he's still gonna die to not having the deployed Django.
Yeah. Let's see. Anyway, he's at 19, so he's going to go up to 21. So he's not technically dead to Insurgent or Django if he has the surprise strike.
Right. Then he's right back in the same position. Yeah, I think he's just being careful, looking through his options, making sure there's nothing to
Oh,
do.
okay. Let's see if we can find if he can find a Juggernaut off of this.
Well, he has
Or
no
no,
extra
he can't
resources.
pay for it. Yeah, he's got Umbar. Is that Umbar and Hover Tank? What does that
Yes.
one do?
It does 5 damage. It's a shadow hover tank. So he's able to kill the Juggernaut now.
Okay.
This is like having surprise strike. It's gonna leave us with the same board. Yeah, this is Ian saying, I'm dead, but I'm gonna do everything I can.
Yeah. He's at least gonna get a attack off with this AT hauler, so he doesn't get shut out.
That's right. Well, let me tell you guys about this podcast that Ian and I make together. Because this match is almost over. But seriously, Across the Network is a podcast that Ian and I both create together. We bring guests on every week. Comes out Wednesdays or Thursdays, depending on how much time I have to edit. Check it out. YouTube and Spotify Across the Network.
I can see our
And
quality steadily improving.
yeah, for sure.
All
I can see my
right.
teammate steadily dying.
All right. Django goes to base. That's 24 on Ian. He's got the P38 for the insurgent. Any direct base damage is it on Travis's side. That's Raider, Devastator, TDR for any of the above. Daring Raid if he plays that.
You're almost just putting any units on the table too at this point.
Gorilla Insurgent if he has that. That does it.
Yep. But yeah, really just anything. Just units.
Nigerian Starhopper. There's a Juggernaut.
That's gonna do it.
I think so.
See if that Kira has a game 3.
All right, that's it. Congrats, Travis.